Hey, Tom here, FlipAnythingUSA. So on my blog, I show you how I made my money in real estate, starting at 19 years old, millionaire by 28, and that was almost 40 years ago. So look, we're going to talk a little bit about Grant Cardone today, but before I do that, we'll talk about some other things as well, particularly this, his lawsuit. Okay, he's got a problem. He's got a big problem, and but Freudian slips, right? Freudian slips, because the first video I did on Grant Cardone, it was called Freudian Slip, and it was the first video that I ever saw Grant do. So let's take a look at that, and then we'll talk about that. All right. So he did this video a while back on, the thing, the pandemic thing. And he was real. This is the first video I ever watched of him. First video I ever watched. And he was really, you could tell this guy was like a nervous wreck. Absolutely a nervous wreck. And, by the way, that's my book up there. FlipAnythingUSA is my channel. My book is Wake Up and Smell the Real Estate. It's been a bestseller on Amazon and Kindle since it came out in January. It's also available on Audible. Please take a look at it. And one of the reasons I'm reaching out here right now is because Grant Cardone followers follow me. They do. When look, I don't have near the presence. I've just barely started a YouTube channel compared to him. And but when people are very interested, I get about 1% of the people that watch Grant Cardone. When they watch me, they follow me. And the reason is because they're interested in making money in real estate, okay? Not everybody. Some people look to him for motivation and that sort of thing, and I get that. But listen, if you're interested in making money in real estate, get my book. That's it right there. It's $20, okay? It's $10 on Kindle, but get the hardcover or get the Audible book. It's like $20, and you can't have a better start. I was lucky enough at 19 years old that I got turned on to how it works. I just fell into it by luck, not necessarily by luck, but I was digging. I was looking for a place to rent, ended up turning out to be a place to sell. And I ended up buying it at 19, offered more money than I purchased for it. And my eyes got huge after that. It was just a big eye opener. And then I've been 100% real estate ever since. And, like I said, I made $1 million. I was worth $1 million 40 years ago. Okay. That's a long time ago. That's probably like 3 or 4 million today. And, it was a big thing at 27, 28 years old to have that kind of money and that kind of clout. And so I want that for you. Okay. If you're young, even if you feel like you're 40, 50 years old and you feel like it's kind of too late, it's not too late. A couple of deals, okay? A couple of deals can make you hundreds of thousands of dollars and change your life in a positive way forever. And I'm aware of that because I've watched it happen to myself, right? And then pretty soon it's millions instead of hundreds of thousands. And especially young people. I really want to talk to young people too, because look, I'll be your new Uncle G, okay? I'll be your new Uncle G, okay? He's got problems. Look, I've never thought much of Grant Cardone as an investor, ever. I've criticized him from the very beginning. I didn't like his investment plan, number one, but I didn't even like the returns. Even the returns that he promised were terrible, and he's fallen short of the returns. According to the lawsuit, he's fallen far short of the returns that he claimed that he could deliver to people. And as a result, he's getting sued now, right? But I want to talk about the Freudian slip part of this first, okay? So take a look at this video. This is from one of Grant's videos, and this first one that I'd ever seen of him. Now, listen to what he says. Watch this.
Enterprises, that's not what you want to invest in because that is dependent upon a tenant being in business.
Yep. He knew he said it. As soon as he said it, he goes, oh, crap, what did I just say? You can tell. You can just see it in his, uncomfortable. He was very uncomfortable after he said it. So let's go back just a little bit further. Now listen to this again. This is after he's describing, when he first talks about how I got it, and, and he talks about the different investment properties that are good and are not. So now watch this again.
That's an office building behind you. That is not what you would invest in, okay? Office buildings will get crushed.
And guess what? They did not. I own office buildings. I own commercial property. I own all that kind of stuff.
Those will get crushed?
Nope.
That right there will save your day, okay?
And actually the opposite is true. what he's pointing at right there is what's gotten him in a lawsuit. Now, I don't know if it's that particular property. I do believe he owns that property, though. But it's that kind of investment, and what he put together is what's gotten him in so much trouble right now.
If you could go buy that piece of real estate right there, good. That right there, bad. Cardone Enterprises, that's not what you want to invest in, because that is dependent upon a tenant being in business.
Uh-oh, did I just say that?
Look,
Yeah, he did. And so, like I say, and I pointed out in the first video I ever made, is he just said that is not what you want to invest in, because it requires a business that's opening and working, and he's pointing to his own business, okay? That's where the Freudian slip comes in, right? The Freudian slip. He points to his own business, and subconsciously, that might have been his greatest fear at the moment, and it may be one that he realizes. So to talk about the lawsuit, there's last time I looked, it looked like there's four different law firms representing and soliciting, looking for more people to pile on. And the reason that is the basis is that they made false claims. They made claims they couldn't substantiate. In other words, they said they led people to an expectation with no basis. In other words, they're saying you're promising people that invest with you a certain rate of return that you can't back up. This is what they're alleging, is that you're making claims that you have no basis. In other words, he doesn't have a history to show that he can do these kind of things that he's claiming. And that's where he gets in a lot of trouble. You can get away with that maybe with accredited investors. An accredited investor is somebody that's substantially financial, that is using play money. In other words, money that won't devastate them. Unaccredited is people that are using really their seed capital, all that they have, or the biggest part of their wealth, and because that's devastating to them. And that's what I've warned people from the very beginning, and why I tell people get this book. And by the way, listen, if you're a Grant Cardone follower, follow me, subscribe to me, give me a chance. You're going to like what you see. I've been doing this for a very long time. I'm a real estate investor, and I don't do it with other people's money. You'll never see me solicit and ask you to join me or send me your money to invest with me. Never going to happen. You don't need it. I teach you to take your money, whatever capital you got, don't throw it to a guru, don't go to a seminar. The seminars, when you go to a seminar, you are the target, you are the money. They know you can afford a piece of real estate, so they know that you probably have tens of thousands of dollars, and their intention is to take it from you, okay? That is the bait. The bait is the free seminar, but you are the fish that they're looking to catch, okay? So now let's take a look here just for a second. Let me jump around here. Okay, so look, Freud, Sigmund Freud, right? Described it, a variety of different examples, Freudian slips, in his book back in 1901. And I'm looking at Very Well Mind. We'll give credit where credit's due here. But I pulled this up and was looking at some of their stuff. And, but basically, just look at their definition here. So a Freudian slip, according to Very Well Mind here, is a Freudian slip is a verbal or memory mistake that is believed to be linked to the unconscious mind. These slips supposedly reveal the real secret thoughts and feelings that people hold, okay? In other words, in Grant's case, like, that might have been his biggest fear. And that, oh shit, I'm going to lose this place. And you know what? It might happen. This isn't good stuff. The kind of lawsuit that he's in, see if I can take a look at this real quick. Jump over here. Okay, these are a couple of different law firms, or three of them anyways, that according to this source, they're, let's see, Rosen Investor Counsel announces filing of a securities class action on behalf of Cardone Equity Fund 5 and LLC and Cardone Equity Fund 6, LLC investors to recover losses from Cardone Capital LLC and Grant Cardone. That's where it's scary. This is getting personal, okay? This is going after him personally. And the reason you can go after somebody personally are they call it, what do they call it? It's called mediation, I think, mediation. And it's basically based on that, where you're making, just unrealistic claims. And so let me look here. I might have murdered that example. I don't know, or that. But look here. It says, golly. Okay, so according to the lawsuit, defendants made materially false and misleading statements and omissions of material fact regarding, among other things, investors' expected rates of return on their investment. The lawsuit seeks, among other things, an award of rescission and rescissory damages and prejudgment interest under the. Okay, so rescission. Let's just take a look at that. Let's get to the. So just so you understand what rescission is. It's like a revocation or cancellation, repeal of law agreement. But the bottom line is it's to undo it. It's to undo it. Actually, here's a better example here. And like, in other words, look at, we're ripping up the contract. We're going to rip up the contract because it was based on lies, is what they're alluding to. So in contract law, rescission is an equitable remedy which allows a contractual party to cancel the contract. Parties may rescind if they are the victims of, vitiating factors such as misrepresentation, mistake, duress, or undue influence. Rescission is the unwinding of a transaction. Okay, so if you can unwind it, then, and the other thing that what they'll get into is that the damages are not severable. Okay, meaning, or they are severable, I should say. And what that means is it's not limited to going after just the entity. You know, you create an entity and you put all these partners in, and then, you know, you have a general partner, then a bunch of limited partners, and limited partners can only lose up to what they put in. Well, it's limited partners that are saying, hey, we want our money back. And who are they going to get it from? They're going to get it from the guy that put it all together. And in this case, it would be Grant. And with that in mind, in other words, I mean, bottom line is Grant's been promising everybody, right? This is the greatest asset you can ever invest in. Trust me at Cardone Capital, blah, 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 right? And now he may get to have all that wonderful investment to himself because he may very well have to buy those folks out. If he's got the money, and believe me, they're knocking on his door for the money. They're going directly to him to his bank account, and they're going to say, "Hey, let's get this cash out. Let's get your cash. You know, you got to buy your investment. You get to take all the prize money, all the reward that you promised people. And now it's yours." Because what's happening is, what I've seen from the claims is that he's falling far short of what he promised and what they, you know. That's why I say, folks, look, spend $10-20 on my book, okay? You know, if you get ripped off for $20, it'll be a blessing, okay? Because most people get ripped off for thousands of dollars. And then it's too late. And that's the money. I tell everybody, hang on to that cash. Hang on to your money because that's what you can use to build your wealth. That's your seed capital. You know, that's the seed money that's about to grow into something bigger. So, you know, the other thing I thought this is a little bit of a stretch, but this is, you know, he did this other video, The Truth About Quitting. And I hope this is another Freudian slip, but listen to this. Listen to what he says here. Now he's asking, this is what caught me off guard. I did this video the other day, and I thought, well, that's weird. I go, he's not asking for anybody's money. I go, you know, this first time I saw Grant never ask for anybody's money. And then somebody wrote me and said, he's being sued. And I thought, oh, that's why he's not asking for anybody's money. He's not allowed to anymore. He might be digging a hole even deeper. So let's listen to this.
Let me know if I can mentor you, okay? I'm looking at starting a mentor group where one of the things we do there is see you through to the end with you, me.
Okay, I didn't like that. Okay, I hope that's not another Freudian slip. Let's hear that again.
Move. It doesn't change. It doesn't grow. Let me know if I can mentor you, okay? I'm looking at starting a mentor group where one of the things we do there is see you through to the end.
That's what I don't like. See you through to the end. I'm tired. I mean, that struck me like, ooh, you know, that almost struck me like when I called out that first Freudian slip. See you through to the end. That does not sound good. And again, is it a Freudian slip? I hope not. But, you know, Grant is a talented salesman, a talented motivator. He's not a good investor, in my opinion. I've never liked any of the stuff that, you know, look, he caught a wave. Everybody did that invested at that time. You know, listen, this is how real estate works. You know, it kind of, not a flat plane, but it kind of goes up maybe on average, if you're lucky, 8% a year, maybe. Okay. But every once in a while, like about every, and this is really just generally speaking, okay, I've been doing this 40 years, is about every 8 years, you get a cycle there, that maybe your property went up, say 20, 30% over a period of, several years, right? Then all of a sudden, it really goes up, like it doubles in the next year. And that happens. It can be because of, all of a sudden the economy's bouncing back. It's coming out of a recession, the previous recession. Now people are building, jobs, are growing. Like we're in a pretty good growth cycle right now. A lot of that's because of what our current president's done, and so we're really seeing some good things happen right now, and the interest rate is one of them. So things are going up, but he got sidelined with this, he got slammed. He got slammed with the pandemic thing. And I was looking at it, looked like he was paying on average $200,000 a unit. That's way too much. I would never buy a condo like that. And it's biting him hard now. So, but what I tell you is the way I built my wealth, just by the way, I bought individual lots. I'd buy it for 10 grand, sell it for 20, make 10 grand. I'd double my money. In a month. Okay. And that's what you can do when you follow my stuff. You read my book, that stuff is possible. And I can give you example after example where I've done this stuff. Okay. So I'm not worried about misleading. I don't mislead. In fact, what I usually do is I underrepresent the things that I've done, because I want to be very careful in how I represent and how I tell people what can and can't be done. But of course, look, I'm making $5-6 on a book. It ain't a big deal. But so what? My main thing is I want everybody, like my kids, I have 4 kids, right? Some are getting out of college right now, and other ones are finishing up high school. And you know what? I don't care if they go to school or not. What I care about them is being a good, savvy investor, okay? Because that's how you get rich, is understanding money and working with it and doing the right things with it. So anyways, I saw this interesting enough too. Let's play this. This is
that everybody, and that's my wife, Jill. Hey, Jilly, I'm Jill's husband, actually.
Yeah, okay.
Jill's husband, actually. Wife, Jill. Hey, Jilly, I'm Jill.
He's in the middle of an interview.
My wife, Jill. Hey, Jilly, I'm Jill.
And it's all of a sudden like the balloons caught it. Anyways,
Jill.
that's...
Hey, Jilly, I'm Jill's husband, actually.
That's not a Freudian slip. I think that's dementia, actually. But anyways, back to this. Look, you can make a fortune in real estate, absolutely. And to you investors that are following Cardone or those that have actually invested money with him, look, don't give up. You can make it. You can make money. I don't know how you're going to do on this thing, but look, spend $20 on my book. Start taking control of your own money, okay? If you had control of your own money, you wouldn't be in this mess that you're in right now, okay? You can't let other people handle your money. It's just silly, okay? It's nuts, okay? It's nuts. Nobody cares about you being rich except you. Nobody cares about your money as much as you do. So that's why you got to watch it. You got to take care of it, and you got to watch it and take care of it, and not just throw it to somebody else. A lot of people feel, some people actually, I think, feel like alleviated, that they say, oh, here, take my money and invest it for me. And then the relief, though, they get isn't what you think. The money gets lost. Well, they had no confidence in themselves anyhow. They figured they were going to waste it and blow it anyways. That's why they handed it to somebody else. And then when somebody else wastes it and blows it, or whatever the situation is, they don't have to take responsibility. They can say, oh, I was misled. I lost. I didn't lose it. He did. And whether it's true or not, you're still the dummy that gave your money to somebody that blew it. Okay. And, I feel bad for people that are losing money, but at the same time, you should never be so foolish to give your money to somebody, especially somebody that doesn't have a record. And look, I've seen the pitch. It's not been a very good pitch at all. In fact, here, this is how we talk to investors. Watch this. This is how we talked in that same video. This video that not that one. Let's see. This one. Yeah, this one right here. Okay. And near the end of this thing, I mean, the guy just goes bonkers. Let's see if we can find it here.
Last thing you need to know is you got to be in it for the long term. You have to know your location, your investment, your cost of operations over long periods of time. If you want to invest with me, if you got cash, you got an IRA, you got a 401k, and you got a good attitude and a long-term horizon, you're in it for protect your dough, get your cash flow, and get capital appreciation over long periods of time. If that's you and you got a good attitude and you ain't a little bitch, you ain't a little...
Yeah, so listen, all that stuff he just said, yeah, it sounds kind of good up until he just kind of goes, I don't know what, he's replaying something that happened earlier that day where somebody's probably asking for their money. I don't know what, but listen to this.
Baby, you ain't cry baby, you ain't stupid baby, you ain't dumb. Yeah, I need my money, I gotta buy a Rolex. Dude, if you're really, ladies and gentlemen, if you're trying to protect your money and your family's money over long periods of time, this is the best asset class you can be in. If you got a house, refinance it right now because you're not going to be able to sell it. Okay, if you got a job, you need to get great at your job because you might not have your job 6 months from now. If you got cash in the bank and think that the cash in the bank is your security, you're freaking hallucinating. It is not security. You need cash flow. Cash flow is security.
Yeah. Okay. So, this is, the deal. Anybody that took his advice that day and got into one of these funds has been sorely disappointed, it would seem. At least according to the paperwork, it looks like nobody's getting anything near what they thought they were going to get. And, I think what they're alluding to is that, Grant may have knowingly done this. Because they're basically saying he didn't have a basis for making these claims. But let's listen to the rest of this.
Invest with me at CardoneCapital.com. I'll never let you down. If you're not going to invest with me at CardoneCapital.com, figure out how to do these deals by yourself. Your family will thank you for generations to come. God bless you. Peace, love. Big heads up.
That was probably the last best thing he said, the most honest. He said, do these things by yourself if you can, and that's what I would tell you. Do it without his help. Do it without anybody's help. Just do it by yourself, because he's talking about your family will thank you for getting into it. I don't think the family's thanking anybody that got into this lawsuit. Okay, because it's not going to be fun. It's going to be messy, and it's going to take time. It's going to take time to recover from, no matter what happens. So. Anyways, you know what? I'll just cut it here. And but folks, please subscribe to the channel. Look, you got to open your mind up to other people that have made money. But I can tell you right now, if you want to make money, you got to have your eyes open. Look, Jim Rohn is a great motivator. You want motivation? Watch Jim Rohn. He's been dead for 12 years. Best motivational speaker in the world. He's just fantastic. In fact, he taught most of the people that you see here today that aren't nearly as good as he is. But man, that guy is really incredible. And what Jim Rohn would tell you, he'd say, get your part-time income going. Get your part-time income going until pretty soon your part-time income exceeds your full-time job income. Okay, and once you get that part-time income, and it blows past whatever money you can make with your back, or your brains, as someone sitting at a desk or whatever you got to do, your part-time income pretty soon exceeds your job income, and then you're set. That's what happened to me. Same thing. I kept building my part-time income till now the part-time income blows me away. I can't make as much money using my hands as a carpenter. Even a salesman, I still can't make as much money as I could ever make from all my real estate investments, all that rental income and gains on properties that I've bought and resold at a profit. And that's where you want to be. So, hey, thanks for watching. Again, please subscribe, and, just good luck to everybody. And I hope everybody does well and gets through this lawsuit stuff. It's a nightmare, and I'm sorry that you're going through it. So that's it. Take care.